So speaking of Batman, you are quite a comic book reader, aren't you?
I am. I love comic books.
So what have you read at the moment?
So some of the ones I've been actually getting into a lot into graphic novels. So I recently read I Kill Giants, which was really good. Only read that if you're about to cry, like if you want to cry, because you're going to cry by the end of it.
Oh. What's it
Treat.
about?
I Kill Giants is about a girl, like a young girl who says that she kills giants. And that's all I can really say. Like, she's preparing for this giant fight, no pun intended, where she is expecting to basically go to war with this giant. And all may not be as it seems in her brain. So you have to kind of like decipher, is it real? Is it not real? Like, what's going on here? And oof, it is so good. Such a good book.
That's awesome.
Another one that I just got through reading was called Five Ghosts. And that one was a little strange. Basically, it's about a guy who has 5 ghosts that possess him. And he can call upon their powers that each of them have at will. So one of them is a vampire, so he can go into like this blood rage. Another one is a private detective, so he's like got really good detective skills. And like, I don't know, it wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So another book that like traditional comic book that I really like is one called Old Man Logan. And it's a Wolverine comic. And what it is it's essentially like if Wolverine and the entire Marvel universe was super far in the future and all the superheroes were old, and it kind of deals with like what the world's like in the future for the Marvel universe, and it's really interesting.
The
storylines in it are really good. Seeing like Wolverine as an old man is actually really cool, and seeing what happens to the like some of your favorite superheroes like 80 years in the future is pretty interesting, because it's not all what you think it's going to be.
Yeah, because imagine like, would any of them be alive? Like, you know,
most of them are dead, but there are some that have like regenerative powers and stuff that are much older than some of the other people. I don't know. I just liked what they did with like Logan, and like how society is just kind of crumbled because eventually the villains win.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
And I don't know. It was just really cool. Another book that I recently read was this amazing book called Trees.
Yeah, that's the one by Warren Ellis, isn't it? One of my favorite writers ever.
And I believe that's who wrote it. And it's basically a book about this hardened clay looking messy. We can paint it though.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a book about these like sci-fi alien structures. They're like giant towers that show up randomly on Earth, and people have tried to like destroy them, and there's no way to destroy these things, and everyone's just kind of like concerned what these things are. And the book goes into what exactly the world's doing to kind of deal with these gigantic structures. Has amazing LGBT storylines in it, and just the way that the book deals with just real life stuff, because it's in the future. So it's not like super far in the future. I think it's like the year like 2080 or something like that. So society hasn't changed that much from as we know it, but it's still kind of dealing with the same kind of things where there are still people who are homophobic. There are still people who are racist. There are still people who see these things as maybe like religious things. Religion is also kind of fallen apart in some means, because now there's presence of aliens.
Yeah.
in the universe, and it's just like, I don't know. It's such a good book, like amazing series. I am so excited for Volume 2 to come out.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just as well thought out as his Transmetropolitan series, which is like one of my most favorite series ever. Like, so I mentioned it before, but for anyone at home, it's based again in the future, kind of like near future, very cyberpunky sort of future world that's sort of all gone to hell, and it kind of the worst things of society have come out. So like, you know, super corrupt politicians and poverty and disease and every kind of phobia and ism that there is. And like, yeah, society is basically just degenerated. And Spider Jerusalem is this journalist who always believed in reporting on it all and being brutally honest. And obviously the politicians who are trying to be corrupt and doing shady things don't want him running around reporting the truth. So yeah, it's just really, really cool. And, you know, it just has some really cool, like futuristic sci-fi concepts, things like, you know, a whole group of people who are, trans-alien. So I think it's trans-terrestrial or something like that. I can't remember the exact term, but the idea is that they're humans who are genetically changing themselves to be alien. So it's kind of like a commentary on transgenderism and the rights that they have and how society shuns them and stuff like that. So it's one of those great kind of satires where it uses, like, you know, a kind of futuristic world to explore the issues that we face today, kind of like, you know, Terry Pratchett does in Discworld. But yeah,
I've heard of that. Yeah,
I think you'd love it. Like, you know, Spider Jerusalem is one of the best kind of characters. I love him to bits, like absolutely love him to bits. So yeah,
so many good books out there.
Know, right? So little time as well to read them all. I'm just experimenting with something. Hold on. You go ahead. I'm just you carry on. I'm just marking.
I was going to say, like, the next book that I'm about to read is American Born Chinese, which I've heard is really good. Some other ones. In fact, let me go grab them real quick. I'm just going to say what I'm reading right now.
Okay.
All right. So here are the books that I need to plow through. So we have Peter Panzerfaust, which is Peter Pan set, I think, during World War I.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just figured, why not? There's this book called Run, Love, Kill. I have no idea what it's about, but it's science fiction and it looks cool. I'm reading a book called Queer, but it's QU33R, and it's like 33 different comic book creators creating queer comics, and there's like 33 different like comics in here.
Okay.
And then one called La Perdida, which is a graphic novel. It's actually very bulky. It's like a graphic novel, and it's a coming of age story, I believe, about a woman in Mexico. So that's like a wide variety of books, from like nonfiction-esque to fiction that I'm reading right now.
That's awesome. Like, I love that graphic novels and, you know, comic books can, you know, a lot of people just think, oh, they're just comic books, it's just dumb, it's superheroes and stuff like that. But they're often like one of the most interesting ways to explore kind of topics and issues. And yeah, I love them. God help me, I love them.
I love them too. They're so good. I'm just trying to get like this weird for the dance floor.
Yeah, I'm checking out. So I tried the paintbrush on the hardened clay and it's not working. I think there's certain mods. So what I've done is I've dyed some clay. So are there any particular colors you want? So I've dyed like these two red just to show you what that looks like, but I can go and dye the rest as well. So are there any particular colors?
I'm kind of digging the red.
Yeah, so more red.
Yeah.
Okay, well you can have
how do you feel about this? Should I do all one color or like do a pattern or keep this checkered?
I love the pink. The pink is cool.
It's cute. It might be a little too much though.
I quite like it as is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty fetch.
Fetch. It's so fetch.
So fetch. Stop trying to make fetch a thing.
And then, oh my god. Then maybe, so it's not too crazy, maybe I'll just add like white.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Fill in the rest.
Oh my god, whoever goes into this, like, this floor is just going to be so
bright
by their amazingness. I'm just just trying to think if there's like any super crazy nightclubs I've ever been to, and I'm coming up with a big fat nothing. Like I've been to cool bars in Japan, but not like nightclubs. Well, I say bar as well. I really mean like theme restaurant is what I was thinking of there.
I would love to go to Japan. Oh, God.
Oh my God. I've been a couple of times through work, and once for funsies. And I'm hoping to go back again for more funsies. But yeah, I love Japan. Like, absolutely love it.
Oh, so jealous.
Well, I'm trying to convince you to come over to the UK for winter, aren't I? Like,
yes.
like a mad person.
My God. I got to figure out like stuff. I heard it's pretty expensive that time of year to go and travel to the UK.
It's expensive all year.
No, it is. And I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna be so much fun. Though everyone keeps telling me that lives in the UK, they're like, don't come. It's boring. There's like nothing to do. There's like all the buildings. There's nothing interesting. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm from Nebraska. Do you not like? Literally, there could be like a poodle, and I'd be like, oh my God, that is so cool.
A British bulldog.
Yeah, like exactly.
But like, what do you want to see? Like, what kind of thing interests you when you travel around? Like, what kind of things do you want to go?
I like to see like beautiful architecture. I'm a history buff, so I love seeing like one of my things that I really want to do before I die is go down to Central America and see like the Incan temples.
Oh, yeah.
Mayan temples. Like I would love to see something like that. Like something like really historical.
Okay.
Just like little things like that. But also like the nightlife and, you know, having some fun and just being in a different country and not really knowing anyone is such a good feeling. And it's just so awesome. Like I love it so much.
Yeah. Well, I'm imagining, because there is a lot of history here. I mean, you know, England pretty much founded your country.
Call it out.
And took over half the world. So there's a lot of history here. I mean, in Bristol alone, we have I think it's the SS Great Britain, which is, it's a ship. It's literally a ship. That it's like an old historical, I think, trading vessel, and I don't know if slavery was involved, because there was like Bristol being a port was involved in a lot of the kind of Britain's shameful slave history. So yeah. I mean, that off the top of my head alone, like there's historical things to come to here, and then we're next to the city of Bath, which is where the Romans came, and they literally set up a spa because the waters in Bath, like they loved it so much. We're like, yeah, we're gonna build this into a spa town. So there's so much beautiful Roman architecture. And buildings and roads, and yeah, it's definitely one of the prettiest places I've ever lived, because I used to live there before I moved to Bristol. So I'm sure we could find you some fun stuff to get lost in around here. And then
yes.
Yeah, London itself, I mean, it's where the goddamn Queen lives, so you know, I don't really know what else you want from that.
Wait, how do you feel about this?
Your roof. I think that
like
looks really cool. I think that looks really, really nice, having it like that. It's a good
it's not all
accent.
Yes, it's got a little accent on the glass, you know.
Yeah. Do you like the red floor that I've got?
I do. I like it. I'll have to make a bar in the back.
Yeah, a little bar in the back. Is there going to be enough space for a bar there, do you think?
Maybe. I don't know. We might have to move the lamps back or forward a bit.
Maybe if we go for a bar. I'm going to see what furniture there is, if there's something that looks like a bar.
I don't have enough.
Uh-oh. What is it? This glowstone glass.
Yeah, glowstone glass.
Let me see how to make that. Glowstone glass. I keep spelling glass.
Glass.
Okay, so it's 4 glowstone and
a thickened glass.
Thickened glass. Okay, let me see if I got a glowstone in the thing. What's your favorite kind of music then to dance to?
I like something with a beat, so I need something that's like hip-hop-esque, but like I don't like to dance to like top 40 stuff. Okay. Because I feel like there's not any good beats in top 40.
I'm too old for top 40 stuff. I don't know what is relevant anymore in this world.
I know who's not relevant anymore. Me. Woo!
Like if I type in top 40 singles UK. So BBC Radio 1 charts. Let's go through this. We're doing this. We're doing this right now.
Let's do it. Do it.
Okay, so this is probably going to date this video, but YOLO. At number 1, we have Closer featuring Halsey by the Chainsmokers.
All right.
No idea who that is. Number 2 is Let Me Love You featuring Justin Bieber by DJ Snake. Cool. No idea who that is. Cold Water at number 3 featuring Justin Bieber again and Mo by Major Lazer.
Do you know who Major Lazer is?
No.
Right. Ooh, girl, I got a video I gotta show you after this off camera.
Okay.
You'll love it.
Oops.
I need a little bit more.
Yeah.
Almost filled it in.
Oh my gosh, that did not make very much. I'll go make you some more.
Ooh, that looks so cool. When you're inside here and it's raining.
Yeah.
Ooh, like seeing the droplets of water like hit the glass looks so neat.
Oh my gosh, we had like a huge bunch of storms in England recently, and it's so great. I love it. Absolutely love it.
It was raining super hard this morning out here.
In Nebraska.
Nebraska.
I'd like if I was to visit Nebraska, what would you go and show me?
I would definitely show you the. We actually have a few things you could do.
Okay.
Depends on what you're into. So definitely the zoo. The zoo's an all-day trip. Like it's massive. Once the zoo's done, then there's nothing. No, I'm kidding. Then we actually have the most bars per capita.
Okay.
It's either the most bars, the most restaurants. We have a ton of eatery spots.
Ooh.
Really good food. Then there's the Old Market. Old Market kind of resembles Louisiana. Like it has that kind of structure to it, where there's like street performers and you can just kind of walk around and there's people like selling stuff on the corners.
Oh, cool.
Stuff. Yeah, it's like really nice. Let's see what else. Then, if depending on the scene you're into, you could go to Dundee or you could go to Benson, which are like hipstery kind of spots where there's like really good art, awesome bars. Like, oh my God, such good bars. Such good bars. And we also have like pubs and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a lot you could do. I would say like it'd be like a 2-day trip.
Nice.
Like if you wanted to like see like a lot of the cool stuff here.
That sounds pretty cool.
Lots of hiking trails around here as well.
My ears definitely perked up when you said food. Like the Malaysian in me was like, yes, food. He
food,
said
yes.
the magic word.
Oh wait, I do have some more thickened glass. I can make the rest of those.
Okay, just there's only 1 block left needed. I managed to fill the rest of it, and we just need 1 block.
Glowstone?
I lied. 2. Just 2. Yeah, and I don't know if I have any glowstone left. So I might have to do a quick trip to the Nether.
Oh no.
So yeah, just look after yourself while I make yourself busy while I just throw myself into the Nether.
I'm gonna work on this bar.
Okay. Whoop. Into the Nether. We do have McCrae furniture mod in this, so there might be like a cool bar or something like a kind of a shape that you can make in this. Oh God. Just going through the Nether now and remembering the hell that this was when I went through here. Although now I must admit, because we turned the mobs off because a creeper blew up someone's build. And
oh shoot!
Yeah, so it's a little bit easier now because I'm in the Nether and there's no mobs, so it's fine. I like it. That's how I like it.
I like it like that.
I like it like that.
I'm gonna have the bar right up next to the dance floor.
So it's like easy service. Like you can just jiggle over and be like, serve me some stuff, and then jiggle back.
Excuse me, I would like to get something to drink. I am so parched. I could really use a nice drink in my hand right now.